Yet another video in our video series on iOS app development. So in this part of the video, we will be focusing on developing the data model and logic of the app. If you still remember, in previous videos, I talked about the MVC app architecture. This video right now is part 3, but in part 2 of the video we focused on view, which is literally that part of the development model where we focus on the graphical user interface. MVC is a development paradigm where you are able to break your development task into buckets. Here you focus on model, which is where you develop the data model and logic, then the user interface, and then the controller. The controller tends to help tie the model and the view, components of the model and the view together. So part 2 of the video was focused on view, where we developed the user interface. Right now we are focusing on the model, and that's what this video is about. Now, as part of the video, one of the things we did in the beginning was we did some kind of planning where you were supposed to come up with some ideas of what you're going to have in your MemeMaker at the top and the bottom of the MemeMaker, some text that you would want to include there. So some of the ideas for the text at the top would be, so above the image you have all of this, and then below the image you have all of this. Let me go back and see if I can show us a little bit about, so this is what your app would look like eventually, so, or something of this nature. At the top of the image you have some text, and at the bottom you also have some text, and that's where some of these ideas were generated. So we'll still come back to this, but I just wanted to make a quick detour and show you exactly what we're going to be referencing later. So the main components of the specific app that we're going to be working on or creating right now, the main component that actually drives its behavior is the choice the user makes in respect of the options that are available. Remember, we created the segmented control and the labels. In the labels, we can switch between, texts, which are some of these that we have here. And back here for the segmented control, this is what a segmented control looks like. So let me show you. You can switch from one panel to the other, or move from one choice to the other, and that's something that's really very similar to what you have for those of you that have iPhones or something. You can toggle between all, because we're looking at your call history, you can toggle between all your calls, which will show outgoing, incoming, missed calls and everything, or you toggle to the other side, which just shows you the missed calls. So it's your choice how you decide to toggle. So, and all I'm saying for this specific part of the work is that the behavior of the app, right, is actually really driven by the choice of the users, the choice they make given all those options. So each of these choices is represented by an emoji in the form of segmented control. In the segmented control, we have these emojis there, or in terms of words, in the labels, those are driven by the words. And the way we digitally represent each of these choices is to define what we call a strut. I know we've discussed struts, struts and classes a long time ago, and that strut, we are going to call that strut a caption option, right? So we're going to start, let's go back to our app before. So this is where we stopped in 2. We're going to go right now and we'll start by creating a new Swift file that will help us store the model that we create. So we go to File, New, File, New, and File. and then we go to Swift, and then we open up Swift, and then we want to caption that, or call it caption option. So it's going to show us the various options that are available. Oh, okay, replace. So that's we have the file here, and then we are literally going to create the struct and then include two properties within that struct. Struct, and then open and close bracket, and then let emoji, and let's say type will be our string, and then also let caption, because those are those two options, option, and it's a string type. So that's our start. So for each of this, we've created this. So next thing we're going to do, identifier struct declaration. Okay. Oh, we didn't name the name of our struct. So let's call it caption option. So that's the name we chose for it. So sorry, I have to remove this option. Okay, caption option, we got it. Yeah, so I think that's, so next thing we want to do is we want to go to the view controller, and what do we have going on here? Let me close this. Yeah, so the next thing we want to do is to create two arrays, and these two arrays are expected to represent the top choices. One of them is supposed to represent the top choice, and the other is supposed to represent the bottom choice. And I will show us some more of this. So I've typed this out here. Remember, you can type all of this, but remember, if you want to say, let's say you want to include an emoji, and how you include an emoji is this right here is a double heart. So to include an emoji, you say Control Command Space, and I two hearts, and this is 8, and you choose what you want, and that's how we get all of this. So that's what we have here. So we've been able to create those two files, or rather we've been able to create, in this instance, an array. Look at the two arrays, bottom choice and top choices, and then we've also been able to create the caption option, which is the properties emoji and caption. So that's where we're going to stop with this. We will continue in the next part, in the next video, to begin to tie everything together. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.